Listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. And right now, it's time to delve into the world of entertainment. It's the Grapevine on Smooth Breakfast. It is brought to you by Verve. And in the studio, it is Kayode Baker and myself.
Folu Storms.
Now, we've got a special guest who's joined us this morning because we're going to be talking about tracks he has and an album that's coming out actually tomorrow. One of my favorite musicians, actually. We have Odunsi in the studio. Good morning, Odunsi. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Excellent, excellent. Nice to have you here. It's okay. It's going to be great. It'll be excellent, excellent. Nice to have you here. It's okay. It's going to be great. It'll be excellent. We've also got James Silas in the building. Yes, James. Yes. And James is looking especially, I don't know, it's not dapper, but I like it. There's a nice energy. There's a vibe.
Casual.
Yes.
Cool.
It's a cool casual. Cool Kids
Go on,
Club.
go on.
We have we like it.
Sorry.
Go up on YouTube and check us out live streaming right now. Go to youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. And you can also leave your comments up there as well as on the different platforms.
Yes, do that on WhatsApp. It's 0809-444-0981. Also up on Twitter, use the hashtag Grapevine981. We are also up on Twitter, use the hashtag Grapevine981. We are at Smooth 981 FM.
Okay, in true Grapevine tradition, we're going to delve into brand new music. And this is brand new because it's not out yet. Odunsi has an album coming out that's called Rare. Yeah. So I'm going to play the music first, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the music. And I want all of you out there to comment and let us know what your thoughts are on the tracks you're about to hear. The first one we're going to play for you is called Wanted You. So keep listening. Don't forget to send us your messages to WhatsApp.
That's 0809-444-0981.
It's a Grapevine brought to you by Verve. I just need my shoulder pads right now. So I can
You know.
All right, studio, we're back in. All right, there you go. No, we haven't gone back in time. It is still the Grapevine. The year is still 2018, but heavy influences there. I'm going to start off with you, James, because I want to know what your thoughts were when you first heard this track, Wanted You.
I mean, the first question that came to mind was who produced this song? And I'll be like, Odunsi, this boy, what's wrong with you? You know, you just stay and that's the thing about when somebody is a creative mind. You know, you sort of dare different terrains. This is from the 80s.
Yeah, heavy.
Like it just sort of asked, what's going on? So I kept waiting, you know, and until it sank in that wow, this is. So I don't know if something was sampled. I was trying to say, can I even tell? Was any song sampled? Did they pick it from somewhere?
Have you been looking at his Instagram recently?
It's. I don't know. I mean, so yeah, look, shout out to you, man. I don't know how you pulled this off, but I think it's a very good work. And the funny thing is, I didn't even pay attention to the lyrics of the song. I just stayed on the beats.
There's a vibe.
And then, just like you said before we came back on air, you know, those shoulder pad suits,
was-
coats. They call them coats.
I was ready.
You know,
I was ready.
baggy pants, bogus shoes, and you know.
I saw Janet Jackson dancing to this in my head. That's what I saw.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw Chris Okotie in that album
just
cover
look
too.
like
Yeah.
you come here.
Big Chris.
Were you born at the time? How dare you? No, but beautiful. I mean, I love it. Very daring.
Kayode, what were your thoughts when you heard this track?
James has said it all. James has said it all. Major throwback for me. First I heard it, I was like, okay, it's an 80s jam, and it's daring. I love the fact that it's very daring. It's the kind of jam that you want to listen to when you're driving, and it's also something that, you know, you want to jam to when you're at a barbecue, you know, with friends. It's a unique type of sound. It's also very bold, you know, because in the space we find ourselves now, the kind of music we listen to, particularly here in Nigeria, it's different. It's you know, so this one is borderline bold, very different.
Oh,
very
it's
nice.
Okay.
You know how you're throwing a party in your house and your daddy walks in, nobody's raise their eyebrow like they don't.
Yeah, you know?
Like you people are matured now, eh?
Okay, so Odunsi, here are the comments / questions I have for you. The last time you were here on the Grapevine, you'd already said that you think very far ahead in terms of your music and where you want to go. And for this, it feels as though not only have you thought far ahead, but you've gone backward. And on your social media, I did notice that you have been very much in a discovery phase of music, Nigerian sounds, especially from certain periods. So talk to us about what influenced this sound we've just heard now with Wanted You.
So for a while, like the last 2 years, I've been listening to a lot of music, especially from a long time ago. And the thing about it is you can't talk about the future without revisiting the past. You need to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. And we have so many stories lost in time, lost in war, lost in just so many in pain and struggle of the country of what's going on right now. We forget so much that we used to do. And like that's where I get like most of my strength from, just knowing. It gives me a lot of hope, just knowing the people that have done like great things and like people who've pushed boundaries on the global level. So yeah, it was just, for me, that was just what my driving force was, just revisiting that excellence, revisiting that attention to detail, all those things. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of revisiting the excellence and attention to detail, also something on Instagram, which maybe I should spend less time on, clearly, by my references this morning. I noticed that you posted a very interesting vinyl cover of Chris Okotie.
Yeah.
People out there listening are going past talk craze.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I discovered his music. It was one of the first discoveries I made when I was trying to revisit like Nigerian music from like the 80s and 70s and 90s. It was one of the first. I realized like he had like 3 solid body of work. 3 solid ones, and I was just like, this is not even possible. Like, how can he have 3 grown projects? Like, most people have like one album. Like I know that what's his name, Segun Arinze has one album, Dreams.
Yes.
I was like, most people give them one album,
just
like,
let's do it.
Or maybe one single,
just for it. But like, dude had 3 solid albums, and I was like, nah. I need to talk to him.
Thank you for that. We've still got more music coming, so let's jump into the next one. This one is called Divine, and we'll be back in just a bit. Keep sending in those messages. We see quite a few of them flooding in already. Okay, we're back in studio. All right, we're still in the Grapevine music this morning, making a few people bounce in the studio, but do keep sending in those comments. Kayode, let's start with you. Your thoughts on this one?
It's amazing. Like you mentioned, the track is Divine. It's new age, mature type of music. I love it. And this is the you we know, because you know it has that smooth sound, but it's also very crisp, and it's something that it's the new evolution that we're looking at in music right now, as opposed to the regular stuff that we always heard back in the day, the Afro. You know, people are delving into the style, and it seems like you're leading the pack in this direction. It's beautiful. It's divine.
James.
So I'll leave you in the south. I'll go north.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think so actually for this particular song.
Okay.
Not the sound. I think it was about the fact that it had to do with the video. First of all, of course, I didn't think it was possible that you could blend in a song with the video anyway. But then listening to it, I just felt like the video does, he has the vibe, he has the jam. But I thought it was, if Odunsi is the white, the video was a sprinkle of black on it. Yeah, I just didn't really feel, thought it was a wrong collaboration in terms of but for the name, yeah, it's cool. But you see that effect when a Davido does something with maybe Mayokun or one of those other people, and everybody I just thought that look, Odunsi is a stainless steel, don't touch it with so no disrespect for the other song I'm saying, no disrespect, but I just thought that it was,
I understand where you're coming
was
from,
out
but
of the,
like,
you know.
the thing is, the whole idea about it was there's people who feel the other way around.
Absolutely.
They felt David made a song for them, and that's why he's on it. And that's why he did what he did, and that's why that's why it's such an organic collaboration, because he heard it. I had another verse in it that sounded very different, and he was like, no, bro, let me be that person on this song. You don't have to do that. Just be yourself. Let me be that person that will take it where your music would normally not touch.
Okay.
So he's one of the smartest people I've ever worked with.
No doubt.
Yeah, so that reason why stuff usually flies over some of us, it's touching on people in ways we will never ever understand. That's just how music is.
Okay, Lagos, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, there is more conversation here. It's the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. It is brought to you by Verve.
Everyone is coming to support. Stay tuned for Smooth
Wait.
98.1.
Yeah, the messages are coming in. Very nice. Good job.
What did you say?
I said the messages are coming in. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
I didn't see Davido coming on that one, and I like
Yeah.
the direction Davido went in.
I saw when they were, you know, the what's called the post on Instagram when they were in the studio and went, you know, and I was wondering, man, this thing, why is Odunsi doing this thing with this guy?
Yeah.
I'm a big Davido
You're
fan.
like,
You
leave
understand?
it pure.
And
Take it
then
to another level.
yeah,
Different type of
so I
level.
understand the, you know, the
No,
angle.
Trust me, he knows all these things.
Yeah.
Like David, I used to listen to Davido's music before he became a pop star, so I know he knows what we're doing and he knows about it. It's just not his world anymore.
Yeah.
He has a new world. He has a new responsibility. Biggest pop star in the continent.
Yeah.
That's a huge responsibility you have. You have to deliver a different kind of way.
Yes.
Yeah, and he started that way and he has to continue that way. I'm starting my own journey.
True.
So his own job was just to support me on my journey.
Yeah. Look, I like what you said now. When he said, no, just let me be me on that song. And
Yeah, bro, that's
I
what
mean,
he did. It was just like, bro, trust me. I love your music, but there's places your music might never ever touch. And that's not because your music isn't great. It's just because it will just go there
It's
based
just the
on.
style that it is.
Yeah, it's just that's how life is. But like, if with his support or his cosign, he'll definitely get there, and people just open up more. Just like I know people who never gave me a chance till they saw a David feature and just like, damn, this guy's actually not bad, and they go back on the music. So that's what these kind of moments are. We need more moments like this.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
So which is the same thing I would expect when if you're on the song, because the same way if you do it with Wizkid, I'll be like, Wizkid on Odunsi. But yes, it will give this that same result or that same that people will pay more attention. Like
Just like it's just for me. I didn't do a song with Davido like looking for a hit song. It was more like I heard it and it reminded me of like his really early stuff, and I was like, I like to have him on this, and like it was just. I thought about that a while ago, and it was so weird how it came to like how it happened without me like pushing for it. So it just made me understand why I even like made the song that way in the first place, because a lot of these things are reflections of things I listened to when I was growing up, with or without the people on it. So that's it for me.
No, it's cool. I mean, because at the end of the day, music is still business. If you're unable to play the business part of it, then you just be one talented guy who's still a broke
Busking
ass
on the
nigga.
streets of London in the
You know?
tube, innit?
So it's alright.
Playing like 8 instruments at the same time.
Yes,
How can you play instruments at the
Yes,
same
that-
time?
that's what they
I've
do.
not seen them.
See, they put the drums on their
Guy with his drums,
everything sounding
his
so
guitar,
nice.
his
Well
flute,
mixed,
he's
so
like,
well mixed. You love the song.
Like what? They
I know
do
how the
so.
tube is. It was the atmosphere itself, the echo. We filter the whole sound. You like it. You just drop a coin.
This guy stop harassing me this morning, Joe.
He has his time. He has his
I
time.
really, that's the problem. That's the, guys really just eat. Okay, so Genevieve is doing the most. Good for her.
Great.
I'm just trying to run through all these ads now so that we can just sit into our stories. Oh.
Let's just say that's how you get rewarded for not giving up on you. So, no matter what you're into, verb is key, opening the doors you want. So, have you got verb?
All right, we're back in. So Lekki is playing now.
I don't fit follow you go mainland now. If not be Lekki, I know they come up for you. Why they shishi me now, Lekki, I beg. Reason now.
Shout out to the girls that like to party, aristocrats. As the unique girls, they are making the aristo cash. Shout out to the girls that like to party, aristocrats. As the unique girls, they are making the aristo cash. Don't mind them.
Studio, we're in. Yeah, but you should mind us though. You are listening to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. It is brought to you by Verve, and you're listening to the sounds of M.I. Abaga featuring Odunsi, who's actually in the studio, as well as Falz, as well as Ajebutter 22. The song is titled Lekki, and we're listening to it because the video is out and we haven't spoken about it yet. But we've also got Odunsi in the studio with us as a guest. Good morning, Odunsi, again. How you doing? Excellent. We have been listening to his tracks this morning. But gentlemen in the studio, James, let's start with you. In terms of the Lekki video, what were your thoughts when you saw this one?
I just said, okay, just another video. Sometimes somewhere in my head, I was thinking maybe we should have more drama in the video. I saw the Nedu parts, the beginning, you know, that whole, maybe we have shown us more drama, what happened at the middle. I know, it doesn't have to be explained ABCD, but I just thought maybe we should have had. And then, yes, it's nightlife, it's the story itself is self-explanatory, but I just felt like the video was just four correct guys, well dressed, and just, you know,
I disagree with you.
changing their verse.
Okay, what did you think?
I thought the video was awesome, and being that I don't really know the director Myth, I think probably he's one of the new directors, but I love the fact that he mixed a lot of things. There were a lot of colors in the video. There was that amber theme that was going on with the text. There was also the thought bubble that made it funny. Then there was the Nedu part, you know, and generally MI fashion was laid back, but it was also really cool, and they just had that coolness about them. And generally, I think because I like Ajebutter a lot, you know, it made the video really great for me. Odunsi was very laid back in the video.
He's a laid back guy.
No, but Odunsi was leading,
you know,
the hook. He was
did
all
the
over
hook,
the
but
video.
You're very laid back in the, you know, in the swerves and everything. But it was nice.
Yeah,
It was
it's a
very
laid back
clean
hook.
video.
It's not even energetic. It's just commentary. Like, I'm just speaking.
Yeah, just commenting. What was the thought process when you guys were putting together this track? Because I know you were also very involved in Rendezvous, and it coming together as a body of work that really showcases a lot of the young upcoming artists. And for those of you who are listening, Odunsi is in his early 20s, mid 20s.
Yeah, I'm 22.
There you go. He's 22. Just to put that in context for you. So what was happening with you guys when you created this?
So Lekki, I had Lekki for a while before I ever played for MI. I originally made it for SDC.
Ah.
Oh.
So I had the beat, I made the beat, and I did the hook. So it was just there sitting.
Nice.
And then one day, while we were working on Runway, Em was just like, yo, play me some new stuff. And I played it, and it was like, yo. And Ajebutter was there too. And I know Ajebutter was looking at me like hoping that Emma wouldn't like it. So like, they would take it. And then it was like holding on it. And like months later, Ajebutter would message me like, bro, is MC using that song? I'm like, bro, I don't know, I'm not sure. So like, bro, if he forgets, just send it to me. I was like, sure thing. Funny enough, the song found its way back to Butter and then Falz.
All right.
And then, yeah.
There you go.
It's like the for me, when I made the hook, for me, it was just like I was coming from a place where I've seen so much social commentary about like women who are probably sex traders and etc. And for me, it's just like, man, it's already hard enough. Like, to be, first of all, it's already hard enough to even be a woman, like, first of all, then to be in Nigerian again. So
It's
like,
tough.
so I was just looking at it, I was just like, Leo, look, like, if you're one of the people that aren't even creating opportunities for anyone, just leave people alone, man. As long as you're not killing it, not killing somebody, not doing something
Not harming
bad to people.
people.
Yeah, bro, just Free, man.
All right, let's get to these messages. There are so many of them that have come through. Taya from Yaba sends in this first one.
It says, Odunsi, God bless your craft. Your retro-themed album is truly going to be a spectacle. Shout out to everyone in the studio. Where is Mist, a.k.a. the keeper
Of Mommy Wisdom. She's back in on Tuesday. Thank you for sending in that one. This one came in from Obi earlier on. He was one of the first in with these messages on WhatsApp. He says, this is for Odunsi. Just to commend his creativity and his taste for aesthetics. Rare drops tomorrow and I'm zoning off the whole weekend, he says. Also, he should try and reach and converse with his fans. He's a big inspiration to my art and my approach to lifestyle. He's leading a culture and he should converse with we the following. Big love every time, he says.
This one says, I love that throwback song. Can we get the name again so we can look for it? This is Yende and
Wanted You.
Yeah.
There you go. Well done, Yende. Still more coming in. Ali from Apapa says, guys, this Odunsi track is a vibe. Lord goodness. Like, I saw all the classic artists of the 80s smiling and applauding Odunsi as that track plays. I hope and hope and hope that this one plays on radio more. Please, Folu, can you just close the show with that sensual track? I know it's not a request show, but wow, I doff my hat to Odunsi. Okay, Ali, calm down. Come on. We've got more still coming in.
It says, man, those songs are dope back to back. Davido killed it as usual. Thumbs up, bruh. That's son of Tony Terezi.
Okay, and this is in from Ugochukwu from Ikorodu, who says, I have been jamming to this divine track for the past 5 days, and I honestly don't expect Davido to perform, but I totally love his verse. He killed it. So thumbs up to Odunsi, the engine for real. Sorry, just sent a big kissy face. So okay, thank you. Mi from Akoka says, smooth morning, people, and great work you do, Odunsi, on my Lekki behavior right now, sipping hot coffee and vibing till the mud jumps. Mud.
His name is M.I.
Yes, we have an MI from Akoka. We have our own MI here. We really do.
That's amazing.
And he did message when MI visited as well. It was an exciting meeting of the MIs. And then Arinze from Larry sends in this one.
He says, please, I stand with James. Why Davido? What happened to MI, Vector, etc.? I would have even preferred Wizkid, although I have not heard his part, but I don't think it would be as good as those guys. Please make a remix with MI.
All right, there's the laughter.
Well,
if you have an answer.
So the question is why not
Why
MI
Davido,
or
yeah.
Vector? I mean, like, I just didn't. So first of all, the thing with me, I'm very, 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 like, the way I make songs, there's almost never space for rappers. I don't know why, but it's just like hard for me to picture them on my music most times. So unless it's a special one, unless it's their song,
Okay.
I'm better with like features on their songs. But my songs, I don't want to like complicate it. Yeah, I don't want to complicate it, like, because there's always an emotion, and if you're not there to feel the emotion with me, and we make it together, it's really hard.
It's not gonna work, eh?
Yeah, hard.
Okay. All right, let's start delving into our stories for this morning, shall we? The first bit of news we're going to talk about is Auntie Genevieve Nnaji has joined United Talent Agency, and this is an agency that represents a number of big names. We're talking Kevin Hart, Angelina Jolie, Johnny Depp, Gwyneth Paltrow, and this comes very shortly after her directorial debut film, Lionheart, was bought by Netflix, making it the first original feature from Nigeria to debut on the streaming service. And I really just believe that Genevieve just really deserves a round of applause. So can we just, come on. She keeps breaking boundaries.
Yes,
She really
I love her
does.
so much.
She really does. Have you met her yet?
Bro, if I would probably not be here today. I'd probably die. Because like there's like 3 women that if I meet, I don't know if I'll make it, man.
Are you serious?
Bro, trust me, Genevieve, I love that woman too much.
She's amazing. So very exciting stuff. She also continues to be repped by 3 Arts Entertainment as well. But James, what were your thoughts when you saw this happen?
Well, shout out to her. It's not
That's
a
it.
small something,
It's not
But this Lionheart, I've been look, I'm on the premium service of Netflix. I've not seen it.
It's
What's going
coming
on?
now. Relax yourself.
Might not be that they've zoned us out
Yeah,
and
no,
they've
they
giving
are
us all those
zoning-
things.
zoning
No, we'll
us.
fight.
You know now.
Look at this,
because-
it's out of our
Oh,
movie.
don't try also.
Okay.
Girl.
All right, let's keep it moving. Speaking of our girl, Agbani Darego has confirmed news about her delivery. She does have a baby, and she says that her baby is doing fine. It's only been a month, and that's really big news for her. So congratulations to Agbani, who are just all so excited. But up next, let's talk about another female. Mercy Aigbe is responding to rumors about a governor purchasing a house for her. You see, this is why the government is asking for people to declare their assets up and down the place. Vades. So Nollywood actress and fashion entrepreneur Mercy Aigbe has responded to rumors making the rounds that her new house, which she announced earlier. The report was that a sitting governor, who it is claimed that she has a intimate relationship with, bought her the house. And on Instagram, she's gone out to talk about it. Says, no one saw my late night shoots, almost 15 years as an actor, and I buy a house, and now they see it as a big deal. Again, this sort of goes back a little bit to a comment that even Odunsi had mentioned earlier, just saying it's not even easy being a woman in Nigeria. Not talking just being Nigerian. And whenever a woman has anything, I know when I drive my car, by mistake, somebody should jam my car, which has happened many times. Like, where's the man that owns this car? Call your car. I'm like, wow, sir, I work multiple jobs. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's a great response. The way she responded to this, she talked about how she's been in the industry 15 years, all the jobs that she's done, and yes, we can see it. We could see the timeline. She's evolved from being just an actress to a movie producer and other things related. And I know that definitely online, when you're successful, people come for you. So it's a great way to respond to this. But at the same time, I think more will come out of this, and I don't expect her to respond to all the other responses that will trail after this one, because they'll definitely follow suit.
I think apart from the trolls and fans talking on social media, I remember a while back when she bought that house, we talked about on the Grapevine, where Kule Afolayan, of course, did not mention her name, but was saying that if you've done this, I have done this, and that and that. If you have done this and this and that, you need to tell us how you arrived, at this point to be able to afford a 50 million or how much they say the house is worth. Do you understand? So yes, it still boils down to the fact that people don't. And then, hey, even if somebody bought the house for her. Do you understand? So that's supposed to be a crime.
Everyone knows police.
Do you understand? So,
woman,
but why is that her business?
So weird. I don't know why.
It's this need to own women, but okay, that's happened. But let's keep it moving. Speaking of other things that have happened, big shout out to Big Bros D'banj, who we see up and down Cape Town. Well, Johannesburg at the moment, sorry. So he walked the runway recently at Africa Fashion International Johannesburg Fashion Week in true Banga style. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see him with big smiles on, just looking a lot happier and really just embracing life, which is dope, as the kids say. So
True.
Shout out to D'banj. You can go look at the fashionable outfits that he was wearing up and down his social media handle if you would like. And speaking of social media, it is connecting the world. A Nigerian model had been followed by Rihanna. Listen, stalk your favorite celebrities because they can follow you back. That's what happened in the case of Adetutu, who is a model that really wanted to model Fenty for Fenty on Instagram. She'd been tweeting, she launched this whole campaign, and eventually Riri followed her back.
Definitely. That's how it works. Clockwork.
Hey, do the work.
All over again. We've seen this movie before.
We have indeed. More messages are coming through, so let's see if we can get through a few more. Caesar sends in this one.
It says, my shout out to Odunsi. I like your voice. The song is very cool. Dope song. God bless you. And this is Caesar.
Hey, thank you very much for that. Caesar Cruz says, Odunsi, so extra laid back. Now, correct bad guys, they be like that. Like, say nothing they happen. Oh, gosh. Thank you for that. MI from Akoka is back. Somebody, Yende says, y'all need to bring MI from Akoka in one of these days. He's one of your most regular contributors. I know, he sent me an email about it as well. So maybe on Smooth.
Yeah, because like I said, I can't relate it. Which of the songs? I don't know which of the songs would have won from
Nigeria.
Yes, but tends to happen in the States.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can see why Fali Pupa win artist of the year.
So that's what I'm saying. That
more
I
diverse,
really
I
can't.
guess.
In my head, I think Wizkid and Davido.
It's also why Mastercraft will win producer of the year.
Yes,
Because Mastercraft hasn't even been as hot as probably Killer Tunes in
True.
Nigeria this year.
Yes.
But like outside, if he's producing tunes for like flavor, most songs, like those songs that travel like techno, songs that generally travel like the borders of like West Africa. He has those records, so
He
to
does.
them they would hear it. They would hear that.
We should give Yemel a big shout out too, because she works very hard.
She's very hard.
I wasn't surprised when I saw this for West Africa. I mean, she's done French songs, and then she's done.
She does all of them.
She tours.
Yes, she
Tours
tours.
a lot.
She does tour. She
tours a
does.
lot.
She does, and that tour life is painful.
Yeah,
but,
I give her a lot of it. Because to tour in places where there's not too much structure is from when you come from a place where there's not too much structure for that, it's very, very
It's
great.
challenging.
Yeah, it's challenging.
It is. It is. Okay, let's talk a little bit about international news in our last couple of minutes. Bill Cosby is seeking release from prison already. Well, Grandpa Bill, let's be honest, he's a bit of an elderly man, did get sentenced less than 2 weeks ago. And there are strong indications that his lawyers are now trying to not only get him out of prison, but have the case and the judge tossed out as well. So it was gathered that the defense motion filed on Friday outlines his attorney's request, which include the overturning of the actor's conviction and 3 to 10 year sentence on account of errors made in his sex assault case and trial. They're saying that because he's been denied home arrest or bail, Bill Cosby is said to have already had to have appealed essentially. So let's just go into it because we don't have a lot of time. What are your thoughts on this? Because mixed reactions. Yeah.
A legal team will want to do everything possible to, sort of get their guy out or put him on the safer, or, less. It sort of make these punishments subtle, a lot easier for, especially because of his age and his condition at the moment. But and I feel sorry for him. But the truth is, whatever you do will catch up with you eventually. The topic at hand is rape, and there's no way they can handle it with kids' gloves. So I mean, sorry about this whole thing. Sorry about your condition, but we have to deal with the root of the matter.
If you're going on technical grounds,
Yeah.
on the legalities and stuff like that, there's some things that they highlighted here in their documents, like the days the incident happened on a date that a day before another one happened, and other things related basically. So they could have the case thrown out based on that. But on morality, yes, we can say it's not really the way to go.
Nah,
I
man,
mean,
on every angle, man, I don't even feel sorry for him. He's a legend and everything, but like, bro, like,
Yeah.
this kind of thing
You did
is happening everywhere in the world, and like so many powerful men get away with it. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's time. Like, I feel like whether you're 96 and you're dying next year, just for the example to show that, yeah, it's possible that one of them could go down.
True.
It's going to make people more careful. And if making people more careful just protects this woman, that's
Yes.
okay for everyone.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for that. And that brings us very nicely to the end of the show. We'll wrap up with a couple of messages. Yemisi says the issue of mercy, Aigbe, is quite interesting. Not sure how much Nigerian actors get paid, but according to what I've heard, it's not that much. So I don't blame people saying that the house didn't come from acting. However, it doesn't have to be a governor. The woman has businesses, had a husband who may have been supporting her family, friends. People should free her, Jerry. And by the way, you guys forgot that she wasn't the only one accused of dating said governor. Tucker is also in that mix. Yes, but let's point out that people who are in the entertainment space, yes, she may be an actor, but she does a lot of adverts, she does voiceovers, she's paid for appearances. So there are a lot of streams of income that come in beyond acting jobs, which in themselves can actually be relatively lucrative depending on how many films you are doing per month, not to talk of for the entire year. So think about that. Biggie from K2 says, wait, so Don Jazzy haven't been followed by Rihanna since. Please, someone should help campaign for him. The day that Beyonce will follow in Nigeria, and even Buhari will call the FCC to look into the matter. Folu, are you tripping for Flavor 6-packs? Unashamedly, I say it out loud with my chest. He's got a nice one. Damiel says, I've been following you and your music for a while, talking about Odunsi, and you are super talented. Thank you for your music. I just hope we could work together sometime. So big love from here, bruv. And Deposit says, Odunsi, I'm proud of you, man, and happy with your growth.
Deposit. Wow. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, so this is the man that I stole my first software from Fruity Loops.
Oh, look at that.
So
Look at
He had a
that.
studio. He had a really cool studio, and I'd just be a studio rat. He would just let me hang around. Like, people paid to be in it, but he would
Bless.
just let me. I was a kid, so he would just let me
Oh.
like sit down there at the
Aww.
corner.
Deposit,
Shout out to
thank
you,
you.
Deposit. Yeah,
Thank you
shout
for
out to you,
that.
man.
Thank you
Like
for
the
that.
first-
Always support.
That's the first person I ever got any technical knowledge about music, so I'll just sit down and watch him. Yeah, so it's
All
cool.
right. On that note, we're officially done with the Grapevine. Please make sure you catch up with Odunsi up on social media, and don't forget that his album is dropping tomorrow. And of course, James, as usual.
Yeah, James Silas. Google me.
Yeah, that's the one. I like
Nice
it.
one.
He's blown. Coming up next, the last hour of Smooth Breakfast. It's Lagos Talks 981. We open up our phone lines, and you, Lagos, get to talk to us. Good morning.
Grapevine on the Smooth Breakfast.